Hello arcade gamers and welcome back to Biggie D's Arcade. Today I'm at StarFighters Arcade in Mesa, Arizona. This is a retro only arcade, mostly 80s, 90s arcades and pins. And I contacted them. They allowed me to come in here on an early morning on Wednesday while they were not open to do a full tour of their place, their business here, see all their retro arcades. Also, I'm here for their Berserk because I do have a Frenzy miniature micro scale new wave toys that I'm going to review today here inside the arcade, and I'm going to use their Berserk as a comparison for that review. So I hope you guys enjoy this tour and also that Frenzy review that I include in this video. So let's go ahead and head on inside and get this video started. Hey guys, Biggie D's Arcade here. I'm at StarFighters in Mesa. We've got a real Berserk Stern arcade cabinet here, guys, for comparison purposes. So let's get this started. So this is your New Wave Toys Frenzy Micro Miniature Scale Arcade Cabinet. Let's open this baby up and let's see what we have inside, and we'll compare it to what we have next to us here. So one good thing about New Wave Toys is that they put it in the cellophane wrap, keeps everything protected. They give you these really cool boxes as well. New PCB action, new metal lock bar and kick plate, officially licensed by Atari. Now what's interesting about that is Berserk was Stern. Atari at some point bought out Frenzy and Berserk, and they now own it, so this is going to reflect Atari. Play both Berserk and Frenzy original arcade games featuring real coin-op action. So you see that? Look at that. It looks almost identical. So let's open this up. And you can see the nice Frenzy logo right there. Stone foam inserts to protect everything. So we get in here and we've got some goodies in this bag. Let's see what's in here. So we've got some coins, we've got a kick plate, and we've got a lock bar for the coin op. We've got some got a bat top joystick, and we've got a faux power cable. And this is your instruction booklet here with the Atari logo, some images on that. And then this is the actual arcade, guys. It's going to come in a plastic bag to protect it. We've got a USB power cable. I don't have any electricity here, guys, so we'll see if it's got a full battery when we turn it on. But there it is, guys. There it is. Now this is the Survivor series. This is the first Survivor series by New Wave Toys. If you guys notice, it's got, looks like some stains here on the kick plate. We've got some scratches here on the game deck. On the side, you can see how it's kind of got some wear and tear on it already. And that's what they call their new Survivor series. Even got some like marks up here. So let's take this plastic off here, off the bezel. Looks like there may be a little on the game deck as well. Maybe not. Okay, that's just wear and tear on the game deck right there. Thought maybe that was a sticker, but it's not. Okay. Cool. Press here, and this is new with this model. The Berserk and Frenzy are going to have a PCB board that you can take in and out. It's all for looks. There's no function with this. It'll play with or without the PCB inside. Let's see if we can get that back in there. Just goes right in. We've got our coin door right here with a little coin box. On the back, they're going to have this little faux lock here. You got 2 USB ports, charging port, HDMI for HDMI out, and this would be where the faux power cable would go right here. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this baby on, and we'll see if we can get it loaded up with Berserk. And it looks like it is powering on. There's the marquee lights up. New Wave Toys logo on the display saying RepliCade Amusements Presents. And now we're seeing Atari. So that's different. You know, where you on a Berserk or a Frenzy arcade, it's going to say Stern. Fatality. And there's something really neat with this marquee. Being that it is a Survivor Series, it will flicker, and there is a flicker option for that marquee. We'll see if we can figure that out today. So here it is. Frenzy is loaded up. Now what is cool is they do the coin op action now with these. So let's rip this these little coins out of this bag. See if I can get it without any scissors. There we go. And these things are so tiny. I don't know if you guys can see how tiny these coins are, but they are easy to lose, so be careful with these. But you just drop it in, and that should give you credit in the game. So let's see. Yep, we got 1 credit. And this is Frenzy that's loaded up, and it is playable in this form, in this micro form. However, you are going to probably want a controller plugged in, maybe even plug it in via HDMI to your TV, so you can play it a little bit easier. But it does play, as you guys can see. It is able to use this joystick and these buttons. So if you guys want to get into the menu system, let me see here. Navigating the menu. Press both the Power 1 and Power 2 buttons to get in and out of the system menu. So let's go ahead and do that. There we are. We're in the menu now. We have marquee on or off. We have marquee flicker 1 minute, 5 minutes. So let's set it to 1 minute. Screen brightness, scan lines, player 1, player 2 switch, RepliCade attract mode. This is bonus lives we can change, and it looks like we have about half our battery. So let's go ahead and see if we can change games now. Scan lines. Okay, here we go. Frenzy's at the top, so I guess you press on that. There you go. Now we can get into Berserk. There we go. Now it's loading Berserk. And this should flicker every minute, is what I have for the setting right now for the marquee. So we'll see if it actually does flicker. Just put a coin in. I want to see if I can hear it. It's loud in the arcade, so may not hear it on the video. Okay, I got the volume all the way up. Oh, I hear it now. So I can hear it if I'm hearing intruder alert, intruder alert. Okay, so I'm playing now. There I'm shooting. I don't have much experience with Frenzy, but I do have experience with Berserk. I have Berserk on my iArcade, and this is a great game, guys. And as you guys can see, I'm hitting the enemies. I'm having no issues. All right, so let's hold this up here and compare it. I think it's a pretty good match. You can see the coin door there is exact match. Your PCB door right here, same thing. Game deck, it's got this like metal game deck. Same thing with this. And I'm hearing intruder alert, intruder alert. If you guys see the speaker right here, the placement of that faux speaker matches exactly to the Berserk. The only difference is, guys, you're gonna see is the Stern logo, where here there is no Stern logo. They didn't put Atari on there either for us. They just left it blank. There should be a Stern logo right here on the coin door as well. Now, what they've done with this, because they didn't want to put Atari on there and it be inaccurate to the original, so what they've done is if you want to put the Atari stickers on there, you have an Atari sticker that goes right there, which actually matches the Stern logos pretty accurate as far as how that looks. Just says Atari, and then we've got one more decal that can go on the marquee right here. I will probably keep these off and try to find some Stern stickers to put on there. Now, obviously, they couldn't have included that because of licensing issues, but we can do that on our own later. The kick plate I may or may not put on there. I think it looks pretty good right there. And then this lock bar I'll probably put on here as well. I think that will look really good. Now, another thing too is when you have it powered on, you can see there's lighting. You know, when we took that PCB board out, when it's on, it's actually got lighting inside of there, which is really cool. So this is a terrific arcade. If you've never bought a New Wave Toys before and you're just getting into these for the very first time, this is like an excellent time to get into them, because they're bringing us now the coin op function, the PCB board that you can remove out, the flickering marquee. It's just, they keep advancing these on every arcade they release, and I started on the Ghost and the Goblins, but even if you got in now with the Berserk or the Frenzy, these are excellent little miniature micro scale arcades to have at home. You know, we run out of room quickly, especially if we live in apartments. You know, you collect an arcade one up, it's going to take up a lot more room than these. So I've got a mixture. I've got a mixture of the 3/4 scale arcades as well as these now. So I think this was awesome for StarFighters to let us in here and allow us to compare these two. So let's just spend the last part of this review here, kind of looking over the two and just seeing how good of a job that they did. Now, this is a Survivor series, and it's already looking a little beat up, and what they're trying to emulate is they're trying to emulate what we're seeing on this arcade. This was made in 1980, so it had this, even though this is in very good shape, it still does have some scratches and nicks, and you know, you can see it's got a little wear around the game deck, especially on here. If we bring the camera right over here onto the game deck, you guys can see how it's already starting to fade and there's parts missing. Look at this, guys. Does that not just match perfectly right out of the box? So this is something that New Wave Toys is going to bring you, and just their attention to detail. There's your Stern logo, which we're not going to have on this one. But if you can get over that, everything else is there. I don't have a Berserk to review today, but this is, you know, the next best thing to have. The Frenzy, this was released 2 years later, and you've got both games on this. Let's take a look here. There's your Stern logo on the coin door. I mean, everything is great. So we've got Jacob here with us, and I'm going to point the camera over to him, and we're going to kind of get his opinion on these. So Jacob, do you own a New Wave Toys?
No, I do not.
Okay.
But I did get an email about these, and I was very interested.
Okay. What do you think of this? Seeing these out of the box for the very first time, right next to this Berserk. What are some things that you notice or that you like about it?
Well, as you pointed out, the attention to detail, especially with the scruffs, is really excellent. And it definitely looks like a Stern machine.
Yeah.
There was no shortcuts or whatever.
Yeah.
So it looks really good.
That is one thing we always talk about with New Wave toys is their attention to detail, how they don't cut any corners. They don't seem to miss anything. On this one, the only thing I'm noticing is those logos, the Stern and Atari logo, which that was a licensing issue. It was kind of out of their hands.
Well, the funny thing that I noticed on the top here, it has the Seaberg, which Stern and Seaberg were like a joint company at one point.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how that licensing works, but other than that, you know.
I was wondering what that was or what
Yeah.
that meant, so it's good that you were able to tell us. So what are some things that really stick out to you as far as like comparison to this, things that they included on this that really make it match up?
Well, one of the cool things with our machine is that if you hold the two buttons, you'll be able to switch to Frenzy.
Oh, very cool. So we have Frenzy on this arcade as well, guys. So we're looking at a Frenzy and we can play Frenzy on the real thing here.
Yep.
Very cool. So have you played both of these games?
Berserk more over Frenzy.
Okay. Do you know of any differences between the two games? Like I know that this came out in 82, where Berserk came out in 80. Did you notice any advances in Frenzy compared to Berserk?
Well, most notably, you could shoot the walls, some of them anyway.
Oh, I see that.
As you see me doing that now. The enemy designs are a little different. As you can see, these are more skeletons and other robots, as opposed to just the one robot design.
Very cool.
And also these white walls, if I get the opportunity, they can shoot back at you like that robot did right there.
Oh, very cool. See, I've been playing a lot of Berserk on my iArcade. I have it loaded on there, but I never got Frenzy. So this will be my first time playing Frenzy once I get this New Wave Toys home. But it's good to see you playing it and knowing the differences already. Yeah, I like how the walls can be shot out too. I think that's really cool. Well, all right, guys, I think that's going to wrap up our review. But what we're going to do next is we're going to do a tour of this facility. I'm going to switch up cameras, and we're going to do a full tour of StarFighters Arcade. So let's get set up for that, and we'll get started. All right, guys, we're going to start our tour now of StarFighters Arcade in Mesa, Arizona. Jacob here is with us. He is going to be our host, and he is going to show us what we need to know about this place. All right, Jacob.
Well, this is where everyone would start at the entrance. You'll be greeted by Jason and Locutus aboard.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite Star Trek movies.
We also have some Shogun, some Godzilla figurines. It's where you get some beverages like water, soda, Monster, Red Bull. A little low on supplies, but I assure you, we restock every week. We also have candy and other merchandise, some rotary phones. Everybody's been liking this little guy right here as of late.
Oh yeah, a little Coke that dances. I remember those.
Has a little microphone right here, so every time somebody says anything or hears the music, it just does a little dance.
Holy crap, I've forgotten about those until you just showed me that. Wow, got the Star Wars logo right there.
Yeah. And of course, we have to start with the most recognizable machines that we have in here, the Nintendos, Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong Jr. Just brought back Duck Hunt, one of my personal favorites, and Popeye, along with some Star Wars toys on top of the cabinets.
Now, one thing about these Nintendo arcades is Nintendo is very protective of their licenses. We've noticed in the home arcade community that Nintendo will probably never make these for home use. They'll probably never remake these. So these are classics. These are like some of the best arcades to have for a retro arcade because these will never be made again. This is history right here, guys. Mario, Donkey Kong Jr., Duck Hunt, and Popeye.
We got Dance Dance Revolution in that room, DDR Extreme.
Oh, very cool. So you got your own room, guys, if you want to do your Dance Dance Revolution.
A lot of people definitely take advantage of this or the couch.
I'm horrible at these games. I have
Same
no
here.
rhythm. But the people that are good, they're really good.
Hand-eye coordination, you got it down to a science.
Yeah.
Foot coordination, eye-foot coordination, not.
All right, got some
some-
pins in here.
Some pins and some arcades.
Oh,
Here's
ice-cold
here's your
beer.
Stern Seaberg right here.
Oh, there you go. There's a Stern logo, if you guys are wanting to see that. And Seaberg, is that how you say it?
Yep.
Okay. And they worked together a lot, I guess, in the 80s. Very cool.
Another
Ice
personal
cold beer.
favorite,
I
ice
think
cold
there's
beer.
a new ice cold beer.
Yep.
Yeah, that just came out. And this is what is this?
Exidy's Venture.
I've never heard of this game.
It's, if you know Exidy, they made some controversial games like Death Race from 1976 and Chiller, some notable ones, but this is one of their more popular machines from the Golden Age.
I like
For those
that
that
arcade.
probably played the ColecoVision.
And then you got a boombox there on
Yeah.
top. New Wave Toys makes the miniature boomboxes as well.
I saw those.
Yeah. Got the pins. We got Sword of Fury, Space Station, the X-Files, and Jackbot. These are all classics. I've heard of Swords of Fury, but I have never seen these.
Lion Man.
And the
Also
X-Files,
some
wow.
vintage vinyl on the wall.
Yeah, Back to the Future. They got a Back to the Future pinball table that's about to release on At Games. Dune, I'm about to watch the new Dune 2 on Max. Top Gun, Flash Gordon. Yeah, this is all really cool. Nice. Raiders of the
Got
Lost
some
Ark.
other vintage memorabilia in the display case.
Very cool. Dungeons and Dragons. And
These are the prettiest 8-track players that you'll ever see.
I've never seen one of these in person.
They're kind of rare.
That's pretty cool.
Now this is one of our 5 alcoves. I
Frogger?
nicknamed this the Sega section because it's Frogger by Sega Gremlin. Golden Axe, Space Fury, Tetris, which is not a Sega, but it fits alongside Zaxxon right here.
Tetris. Very cool. Classic. Tetris will live forever.
Oh yeah.
Zaxxon. Very cool.
Got R-Type,
R-Type. I love R-Type. R-Type 2.
Space Harrier.
Oh man, this is great.
Oh yeah.
Man. Space Harrier. Afterburner.
One of the things we did recently for a couple of the machines around here, we have the coin attached to the coin button, so when you press the button, it'll add credits.
Oh, nice. So you can get that experience of putting a coin in.
Outrun.
I guess this one's do not turn on, work in progress.
This one just went down recently, but
I've noticed you got almost everything up, so
Yeah.
that's not
we do our best to maintain all the machines that we can.
Yeah.
Not all of them will be on at every given opportunity that we're open, but we do try our best.
Yeah, excellent
Hard
job.
to keep these machines up and running because they definitely weren't meant to last this long.
Yeah, these are relics, from the past, and these things, it's hard to find parts for them. It's hard to service them because parts are becoming less and less common to find. But you guys are doing an excellent job keeping these things in great shape and running. I've noticed that as soon as I walked in.
And it's not just us, we know other people in the community that are helping us keep these machines alive, and we are forever in their debt for keeping these machines going because it's a labor of love for everyone.
Yeah, and I guess it's a team effort. You have
Absolutely.
a bunch of people that help and all contribute.
Here's some of our older pinball machines. Williams and Bally. Firepower. Flash Gordon. Xenon. One of my favorites. Barracora and 8-Ball Deluxe, which gets a lot of playtime.
These look really good. They're in great shape. Flash Gordon. Of these 5 here, I think this Flash Gordon would be the one that sticks out to me.
Yeah. So you saved every one of us.
All right, we're getting to some good sections here, guys.
All right.
Look at this.
The Namco row. We got your Galaga, Galaxian, Pac-Man. This Pac-Man is Pac-Man Plus. We don't have the marquee for it.
Okay.
And Miss Pac-Man, of course. And then we got Bally Midway Games, Satan's Hollow.
This is an interesting title. It's a very good game, but with the name Satan's Hollow, and like it was hard to promote because religious people and the Satan name weren't big fans of that. But this is a terrific game, guys. And I'm actually Paul Niemeyer. I'm friends with him. He goes to a lot of the conventions. Game On Expo, I see is on your shirt. He was there this year. And this is one cabinet where he did the artwork from top to bottom. So everything you're seeing on this cabinet was created by Paul Niemeyer. He had full control over the artwork, and it is just amazing. It is a work of art.
And we got the classic Burger Time.
Burger Time, love Burger Time. And then we can't really see the side panels, guys, but this is some of the most unique side panel artwork.
Peter Pepper's mug on it.
Tron. This is a beautiful arcade cabinet.
This is Gorf right here.
Gorf, okay.
Do you know what Gorf stands for?
I do not.
It's actually an acronym for Galactic Orbiting Robot Force.
Galactic Orbiting Robot Force. Okay, so I'm learning.
Did a little research.
we're all learning something new, guys, if we didn't know that. So that's awesome. It was made in 1980 by Midway, a Bally company.
Another interesting thing is that it's like Tron, where it's like multiple games in one. One of them is Galaxian, and you won't find it in home ports. The Galaxian part of the game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Deluxe Space Invaders with nice color, which is just a overlay.
Deluxe Space Invaders, guys.
Of course, right in the middle of the arcade, we have our long line of pinball machines. Classics like Indiana Jones to the latest releases like Heavy Metal right there. We just recently added a couple toppers to some of these machines, as you see with the Black Knight Swords of Rage, as well as Star Wars with R2-D2 up there.
That is cool. So you do have some modern arcades, modern pinballs.
Yeah,
I noticed you got a ton of 80s, 90s pins here, but
we usually go for, if it's a theme of the 80s or around the golden age, we'll get that modern machine.
Okay.
That's at least what I've noticed.
So here's your Indiana Jones, Williams. That's beautiful.
My personal favorite pinball machine is this one. My best is like over 600 million.
Wow.
R2 agrees.
So Stern is releasing the John Wick pinball, and they're having to exclude the guns. But back in the 80s, 90s, that was never an issue. They would even make your plunger a gun handle.
We got another one, the Shadow, that has a gun launcher, which we'll see in a little bit.
This Iron Maiden looks really good too. I like this one.
Lots of fun.
Elvira, they got an Elvira topper, guys.
We got all three Elvira pinball machines. Has a nice place in our hearts, that old Elvira. Here we got some Laserdisc classics, Space Ace, Dragon's Lair 2, and Dragon's Lair. Too bad this one's not on. You could see the signatures of Gary Goldman and Don Bluth when they came in and played a little Dragon's Lair for us.
I feel like last time I was here, this was up. Was it? Like recently, did it go down, or?
It went down back in February when we had our pinball festival.
Okay.
We had to move all the arcade machines out to make way for pinball machines. Of course, the classic Cuber, right next to Mad Planets, are a few godly machines. Here's the Williams section, probably the harder arcade machines that you'll see in here. Defender, Sinistar.
This is a great classic here, guys.
Yep.
Sinistar. Robotron. This is the one cabinet in the home arcade community that we want to see a home arcade version of.
Oh yeah.
Is a twin stick shooter in Robotron.
I like to see people try to attempt the twin stick shooter with just the finger.
Yeah.
Moon Patrol and Joust.
Moon Patrol, I love the artwork on it. Joust is a classic, guys, no doubt about it.
One of the best marquees ever.
Yeah, look at that marquee, guys. All right, Crystal Castles.
This alcove is filled with all Atari games.
Look at that side panel artwork, guys. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is such a unique arcade cabinet.
Oh yeah.
Look at this marquee.
So I get a millipede alongside, just have the most unique speaker system.
So they're releasing a New Wave Toys Golden Tee, and they're using Glenn GRS Products trackball, 3-inch trackball for it. It's going to have like a external game deck that you hook into it, so you can play it on like a real trackball. And a lot of people are thinking and predicting that the next one will be this Crystal Castles. And
I'd be for that.
Millipede. Yeah, I would be too. This is just such a unique cabinet. If they were to make this in New Wave Toys, it'd be a big seller for sure.
Kangaroo.
I've not seen or played Kangaroo before.
Atari's answer to Donkey Kong at the time, though I did see somebody compare it more to Popeye in terms of gameplay.
Okay. Centipede. Beautiful marquee. Now, are you replacing these, or are these coming in this great a condition when you purchase them?
Some of these do come in good condition, but sometimes we do have to replace some things.
Okay.
So I couldn't say for certain on this one, but it's looked this good as long as I've worked here. And I've been here for close to 9 years.
Yeah, the color on this is amazing. And Dig Dug?
Namco's Dig Dug, licensed to Atari. And then Missile Command, we just got that back up and running.
Missile Command, great game. This trackball is amazing on this. It's so big and so heavy.
Alongside Tempest, both made by the same person.
Tempest is a great game. You know, it's going to have the spinner. Great looking marquee on this one.
Return of the Jedi.
This is one that I played last time I was here. This is a great cabinet.
Lots of fun. Though I do prefer the OG Vector Star Wars myself.
I'm more of a fan of the color. I like the color. But the Vector's fun too.
You like the TIE Fighter, I'm sure.
Yeah,
right on
that TIE Fighter is great. 720, guys.
720.
Very rare arcade. This control here is very unique to this arcade.
Gotta go beyond 720, gotta do that fierce. Here's an oddity. Escape from the planet of the robot monsters. Try and say that 5 times fast. I would say it's like a futuristic gauntlet in some respects, because you're shooting all the robots, rescuing all the people.
Very cool. I've not seen one of these before.
Some unique and obscure that you can only expect at StarFighters.
So the fans on, guys, you may hear us, but it may get a little loud.
Got Crazy Taxi back here.
Sega title, Crazy Taxi, sit down.
Got some mixed pinball like Revenge from Mars. One of the 2 Pinball 2000s. We have the other one, and I'm sure we're going to bring it back. Star Wars Episode 1.
Capcom Pinball.
One of few. Yep. Airborne.
Getaway. Classic Williams.
High Speed 2. Terminator 2. Judgment Day. I just brought this one back. I'm sure it's off for a reason. Dracula by Stern.
Very cool. By Stern Dracula. Got a broom back here.
Got Guitar Hero Arcade. Definitely popular with the younger crowd.
Oh yeah, this is one that Arcade 1-Up has to make for a home version, or any other company for that matter. This would be a big seller in a home version.
I would say Guitar Hero has a little resurgence, at least in this arcade.
Yeah, I've seen everyone's always playing it at the arcades.
Star Wars Trilogy.
I've noticed that at other arcades too, so that's great to hear it's happening here too.
Alien Extermination.
This is a good title. Big fan of the Alien shooters. Oh, look at this. 4-player
Hydro Thunder.
Wow. So if
it's
you got
never fun to race alone.
Yeah. Always fun to have 4 people racing at one time, and man, these are in great shape too. Nice.
Another personal favorite of mine, Riverboat Gambler.
These pins, you got some very unique, and these are like not common. You can't find these usually. Space Shuttle. Stargate. Wow.
Gorgar, which I believe is the oldest machine in pinball that we have in here.
What year was this made?
79 in the 70s, I think.
1979, guys. still runs great, it looks like.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Some more pinballs right here.
I remember playing this one last time I was here.
Yeah.
I love this pinball. I love this movie. I can't wait for the next one.
I definitely hope that we get the Tron arcade machine back up and running, because it would have a little display like one of the mini arcades.
Oh, that's so cool. The monsters.
Monsters. Fathom, which is a re-release. It's down at the moment because that part came off and locked the pinball, if you can see it right there.
Yeah, I do.
So we gotta fix that.
It's a constant. You're always fixing and maintaining these.
Funhouse, which
they're making a new Funhouse. Yeah, Pateri. I can't remember the name of the brand or the company that's remaking this, but they're a remake coming out.
You know who provided the voice for Rudy, that dummy right there?
No.
You know the name Ed Boon?
Ed Boon, yes.
Yeah.
From Mortal Kombat creator. Yeah, that is awesome.
Here's the other one with the gun, the Shadow.
The Shadow. Yes, I love this movie.
This is such a unique pin, another favorite of mine. This has got additional blue buttons right here on the side where you can interact with these parts right here to switch where the pinball's going to go in the loops. Up there and around. And also the battlefield. You can move that thing around and hit the targets up top.
That is very cool. Oh, Whitewater. This is like, people always are talking so highly of this pinball.
It's a good.
Very cool.
More assorted pinball right around here.
Theater of Magic. Man, you guys got a good collection of pinballs here.
We try to maintain it as best as possible. We got some good people.
F-14 Tomcat, Alien. Very unique looking pinball right there. Is this Sega or
no,
Pinball
this
Brothers?
is Pinball Brothers.
Okay.
It's a modern machine.
Very cool. Baywatch?
This is a Sega.
It's a big pin.
We got the Who's Tommy.
Who's Tommy?
Dr. Dude.
Bally game. Okay. That's a rare one. It seems like I've not seen one of those.
I haven't seen it much in the wild either.
Lord of the Rings. I played this one last time I was here. I really enjoy this Lord of the Rings. Pirates of the Caribbean. Look at that topper. Wow. You guys are putting some excellent toppers on these.
Mm-hmm. Not every pinball that we acquire comes with it, but we do our best.
The Hobbit.
This one we just got in recently.
Oh, nice.
One of the two Jersey Jack machines that
Jersey
we have.
Jack, okay.
The other one being the Guns N' Roses Not in This Lifetime.
Guns N' Roses, okay. With all their album art on the side. Now, I love Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite horror movies. And what do you think of this pin?
It's pretty good. One of my friends really wants to try and beat it in terms of like getting all the modes and getting the wizard mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long struggle for him, but it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, this is one I want to spend some time playing. I got to get involved with your tournaments.
I think you would enjoy it, definitely. Metallica is another favorite.
They're supposedly going to, Stern's going to do a new Metallica here soon.
Really?
Yeah, that's the rumor. We're getting a new Stern Metallica.
The original Star Wars.
Original Star Wars, okay.
From Data East.
Data East Star Wars, guys. You don't see that often. You think of the Stern one. Oh, Cactus Canyon. This is like a staple for pinball machines.
This was a re-release from Chicago Gaming Company, but it's basically identical to what was released by Bally. Want to come over here?
Whirlwind. So what's unique about this is the fan that comes on when you're playing.
Great for the summertime.
Yeah. Living here in Phoenix, you guys may have saw me sweating earlier. Starting to cool down in here, but man, that fan would help.
Yeah. Circus Voltaire. The Ringmaster. You just want to take the pinball and just fly it right in his face.
Nice.
Arabian Nights.
Tales of Arabian Nights.
The best-selling pinball of all time right here, Addams Family.
Oh, the Addams Family, guys. So, at Games, they made a 4K virtual pinball table, and one of their most popular ones of the 5 skins is the Addams Family. Now, one thing about it is they use the Zen pinball artwork, so you don't get the original Addams Family artwork. So if you guys were curious as to what this looks like in comparison to your home version, this is it.
And the success of Addams Family allowed the developer to make Twilight Zone.
So Twilight Zone got released today on AtGame's platform, the Zen version, which is a recreation of this table. Very cool.
We have a special treat for you.
Okay,
so you might notice something in the back.
Yeah, got a room back here. Have never been back here before, guys.
If you haven't checked our YouTube channel, which I recommend you should, we are expanding into this suite. We're effectively going to double our size.
Wow.
I'm just going to give you a sneak peek of what's in store. We have a bunch of machines that we had in storage.
Nice.
We're going to organize this soon enough. We're just going through some machines, see what needs work done.
Oh, you got a Star Trek back there.
Yeah.
It's a Blastoid. It's cool. I love Blastoids.
Some of these machines I remember from way back when we used to have them
Oh,
on the floor.
X-Men Children of the Atom. That's awesome. Look at this pole position too, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that is cool. Oh, look at this little, you can sit in the Star Wars. Got the cockpit Star Wars.
As I said, we're going through some machines.
Looks like it's going to need some work though.
Oh yeah.
Outrun 2. Look at another Tron here. Robotron 24, Virtual Fighter back here.
Space Encounters right next to you, which is a really unique game.
Never even heard of it. Circus Charlie.
Right off to your left.
Oh, Space Encounters. There it is.
That I remember from our first location.
That is awesome. Well, hopefully none of these have major issues. You can get them all up and running. Wizard of War, Simpsons, Pole Position, Stargate, Operation Wolf.
I didn't know about these until I saw them in the back. We never had them on the floor.
Half-Life 2, guys. I played this on PC. Big Half-Life fan. Look at that.
I'm definitely interested to seeing how they play.
Jungle King Scrambled. Look at the Tapper. Tapper, man. One of my favorite arcades is this Tapper. Kickman. And then you got a T2 over here.
Just blocking that other entryway at the
Got a Batman. Got a Fast and the Furious. Look at all this extra room they're going to have.
Oh, yeah.
So when will this be operational on this side?
We're hoping in the next couple weeks.
Oh, nice. That's quick. Got a lot of work to do.
We've been working for the last 5 weeks. We've been saying mid-May, June at the latest, so thinking probably June
Very cool.
is the target goal right now. And I'll just come right here.
So I'll be coming
Never heard
back
of
here when this
Gravitrax?
opens. Never heard of this one.
It's a modern game. I say modern, it was like, God, 10 years ago now? It's a great multiplayer game.
The artwork looks like perfect condition on that one.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Now we're back in familiar territory, I would say.
This is the Namco bowling game.
Bolorama, yeah.
Bolorama. And that, there's a modern one I saw at CES 2024 that Namco's putting out.
Star Castle,
Star Castle.
vector game.
Area 51, great shooting game. Very fun.
Crossbow, another light gun game from Exidy.
I've never heard of this, but it's got an actual crossbow.
Most people will remember Chiller over Crossbow, but they have like the same kind of gun, crossbow kind of thing going on.
I like when they do the mounted gun, like T2 and Revolution X, because it just you're not holding it and it's not wearing you out, and you can play for hours.
Yep.
Berserk, that we just saw that, guys. Excellent to see it here.
Got some Atari Vector, Space Duel, Gravatar, Black Widow.
Black Widow Atari, never heard of this one.
It's a twin stick shooter, and you're just a spider shooting all the bugs off your web.
I wonder why this one never, like, the name never made it. Like, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the name recognition like Robotron has, but it may be as good.
Or Asteroids.
Asteroids Deluxe.
We have the other.
How would you compare this to Robotron?
I would say it's more of a challenge.
Okay. I
And
wonder
I
if
say
the
that because I
challenge.
only got good at Robotron recently.
I wonder if the challenge is why it wasn't as popular. Interesting.
Definitely more of a learning curve in terms of like the enemies and You know, it does, like most Atari games, you have to start with your difficulty setting, but I'm sure people have gotten good at it. And of course, Asteroids.
Original Asteroids. Very unique cabinet mold on that one. How it comes way out like that.
Oh yeah.
Acronoid?
Arkanoid.
Arkanoid. Always mispronounce that
The
one.
better breakout, that some people would say. But I wish we had a breakout or a super breakout in here. Solar Fox.
Same as the Gorf.
That joystick was
flight stick.
popular back in the day. Ghouls and Ghosts. Most people would know Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah,
But this was the first.
I love both these games. Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins. Capcom title with the waterfall game deck.
Yeah. Mr. Do. Basically a Dig Dug clone.
Yeah, we've got some big fans of Mr. Do in our community. It's a lot like Dig Dug.
Yep.
You compare it to Dig Dug.
Yep.
Oh, look at this guy, Baby Pac-Man. You don't see these very often.
One of few arcade and pinball hybrids.
A mixture of pinball and arcade.
And it's probably the hardest version of Pac-Man you'll ever play, because if you don't get the power pellets or tunnel boosts, you're just done for. Because the AI on the Ghost is just way too smart.
Yep. Baby Pac-Man, which it's a Bally too. You know, you think Namco, but there was Miss Pac-Man and I guess Baby Pac-Man was Bally.
Back in the golden age, Namco licensed it out to Bally Midway, the Pac-Man name, and they just went crazy with Pac-Man fever. This being one of the results of that.
Yeah.
And Namco was not having any of it back in the day, so they took the license away, at least for future games that they would release to America, and went to Atari. So I pointed out Dig Dug was licensed to Atari. Also pole position as well.
Interesting how all those licensing deals get worked out.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 4. Out of all the 4 Mortal Kombats, I do love the OG, but the 4 looks great. This game deck is so nice.
We had the OG in here before. I'm pretty sure we'll have it in again.
Yeah, I remembered you had it.
We've had Champion Edition Street Fighter 2 for the longest time.
Yeah, this is like, when you think of arcades, you know, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter Champion Edition, those are the ones I think of first.
And we'll
Street
just
Fighter
make our
2
way
may be like the most popular arcade ever. What do you think?
Possibly. I would still go with Pac-Man in that
Pac-Man,
regard,
yeah. Definitely the most popular fighter. Darkstalkers.
Definitely a fighting game not many know. It never really got released to the home until recently.
Right?
Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Love this game. Love Moonwalker.
We don't have it in its original cabinet.
Yeah, I noticed it's a Dynamo.
Yeah.
Which would have been a Capcom. But they it looks great. I like it. And that marquee looks great. Punch Out.
Punch Out.
Nintendo title.
It's like this and a Play Choice 10 that has that dual monitor action.
Came out in 83.
From what I understand, they just had excess amount of monitors, Nintendo, and they just needed to figure out a way to use more of them. And that's why we have the dual monitor Punch-Out.
Got a Roadrunner.
Along this row is 4 out of the 5 Atari System 1 machines, which they have this look. We just recently got the joystick working on this one again. It was broken for the longest time.
So it's a 360 joystick with a hop button. Okay. Look at that artwork on that game deck.
And you got him running right now. Gotta collect the seed, avoid Wile E. Coyote. I hope they release that movie. If he gets you, wah wah wah.
That is cool.
Marble Madness, the classic. The trackball controller.
That is cool. Marble Madness, this is a very popular arcade back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Big money maker for Atari.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Well after the movie's release, but it still did good numbers.
This looks like it's like a 360 joystick too.
Yep.
With the just a whip. Okay. That is cool. So this was Atari,
All of these are Atari System 1s.
and this was Atari. They're very unique controls.
You got several scenes from the movie that you can play with.
That's awesome.
Here's probably the rarest one of the Atari System 1s, Peter Packrat. Like a side-scrolling collectathon type game.
Very cool. And Smash TV. So, of your twin stick, Robotron 2084, then Smash TV, and then Total Carnage after that.
Yeah. And Black Widow.
Oh, Black Widow I've never heard of.
Well, the twin stick that we had.
Okay, back there. Okay, so there's those two, yeah. These were all made by Williams, the Robotron, the Smash, and the Total Carnage, yeah. Very cool. Great game. And then we got some more pins.
Selected pinballs, yep. The other Capcom that we have, Pinball Magic, another personal favorite of mine.
I played this one last time I was here. I really liked it.
Such a good pin. Jurassic Park.
This is the Stern. What version of a Jurassic Park is this? Do you know?
We usually have them right here, the premium edition.
Okay. Very cool. Looks great. Yeah, because I'd not seen that back glass before.
Yeah.
And I guess it's unique to the premium.
Always got to have something different to make the editions worthwhile, you know.
You got that mosquito in there, just like the movie.
How life finds a way.
Now this is cool. The at games they released a Star Trek, and they used this for the side art, where all the characters are on the side. Matches pretty good. Front here looks a little different. There's your Stern Star Trek Kelvin timeline right there.
Got Avengers Infinity Quest.
You know, this one for a Stern, it doesn't seem to be very popular in the pinball world, but I love this one.
Really?
Yeah.
It's definitely popular here.
Is it? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love this table.
My friend who I mentioned earlier trying to go for Halloween, he loves to try the challenge modes on the Avengers as well as Foo Fighters over there.
And this, not sure what version this is, but it's got Thanos on the side there.
I believe this is the best model.
Oh, the premium.
Yeah.
Or the limited edition.
I think it's the limited edition.
Limited edition, okay.
This Godzilla's the premium.
Okay, premium Godzilla. Now this is #1 on the pinball charts right now. #1 pinball.
I can definitely see why.
Yeah, it's
got a lot to play with.
It's near perfect for gameplay.
Next generation Star Trek.
Last week they just released the virtual pinball version of this on the At Games virtual pinball table.
Definitely a good wide body.
And then you've got your taser.
Yep.
For your plunger.
Phaser.
Taser phaser.
Set to stun.
Attack
from Mars. I believe this is the re-release from Chicago Gaming Company.
When I think of pinball, like the first thing that comes to mind is Attack from Mars. For me.
Yep. Definitely one of the more popular original IPs.
Love that topper too.
It moves when game's playing, it just hops up and down.
That is great.
Foo Fighters and AC/DC.
Foo Fighters is one of my favorite modern Sterns out right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure this one gets a lot of playtime.
That it does.
And here's AC/DC. Hell ain't a bad place to be. Look at that marquee there, that topper. I've not seen one of these before.
Definitely another highlight of our pinball selection. The mini playfield that looks like Iron Man down there. Be good for a Black Sabbath pinball machine.
Yeah, that is cool. All right. And so we pretty much have seen most of this. We got some signs here. We got a Pac-Man neon sign. I like that.
We're definitely going to have more with the expansion.
Got your Kiss there for Rascal. He loves Kiss. Got a little room back here. Coke machine. So New Wave Toys released a
I saw that.
mini Coke machine. I've got the new Coke.
Nice.
Yeah, it actually keeps a can cold. So there's your Coke machine, guys. Got a TIE Fighter up there.
Got Kool-Aid Man.
Kool-Aid Man breaking through the wall.
Oh yeah.
Vintage Burger King sign. Boom boxes. Man, you guys got this place set up nice.
Oh yeah.
Marlboro.
Of the era.
Bunch of artists.
Just 80s nostalgia all on one wall.
This is great. And look at your door there.
Yeah.
Spock.
Mr. Spock.
Telling us to live long and prosper.
Battle Zone. Another vector.
Got 2 joysticks here.
One of the few games I got a military commission.
Nice.
They asked Atari to make a game in the vein of this to one of their tanks, and it's only like a couple still exist.
Wow. That is so awesome. So awesome.
And I think our oldest machine is this guy right here, U-Boat. It's not working at the moment, but it's an electromechanical type game where you shoot some ships in the high seas. If it was on, it would look like it's on fire because it's just like flickering on the inside.
That is cool, and you got your torpedo button. That is very cool.
Got some more memorabilia right there. Some figurines and some 8-track cassettes. Some phasers from popular sci-fi. And a hilt from a lightsaber.
That is awesome. You got your gauntlet.
Most common question people have are where the bathrooms are.
Yeah.
They're just right here next to the gauntlets.
Right in the front.
Gotta emphasize it every time.
That is cool. This has been excellent. Well, Jacob, I appreciate you showing us off StarFighters Arcade in Mesa, Arizona.
It's our pleasure.
Definitely check these guys out, guys. I mean, this is like, if you're wanting retro 80s, 90s arcades, this is the place to be, as you guys can see in this tour. So, live in the area, you're traveling to Phoenix, definitely come check this place out. Let's talk to Jacob about when you guys can come here and what it costs and all that.
So we're open only on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. and Sunday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. You just pay to get in. All the machines are set to free play. We're membership based, so daily membership is $11 per person, and we also have monthly memberships for $38, which can get you and 2 other people in for 1 calendar month.
Very cool. So if you're planning on coming quite often, get that membership, monthly membership, and just hang out. That's awesome.
If you want to find other content from us, you can check us out on Facebook and on YouTube at StarFighters Arcade and our personal website. Definitely check us out now so you can keep up to date with our expansion log series that we have going on.
Very cool. Well, guys, we're going to wrap up this tour and review of our Stern. Really appreciate StarFighters letting me in here to do this review and compare it with that Berserk. Hope you guys have enjoyed this tour and review, and I will see everyone in the next one.